Hello, this is Mary. I'm here in my kitchen getting some coffee cakes ready to go into the oven. I'm making mini cinnamon coffee cake. Um, the recipe calls for cherry or filling or any other types of fruit, but I decided to make mine cinnamon and to do it in individual bread tray here. You can make this recipe into a actual round coffee cake or a flat coffee cake in a 9 by 12, I think 9 by 9. Um, and this recipe is a sourdough coffee cake recipe. So I used the Pampered Chef coriander cinnamon and some brown sugar, a little bit of white sugar, and butter to make the topping on this, what I call it, streusel, because my dad used to call it that in the bakery, and I put that on the top. The actual coffee cake mix was made with this all-purpose unbleached flour because I'm using the sourdough starter. You need unbleached flour, which I learned after I had used it with the bleached flour and found out that doesn't work well, especially if you're feeding it. It's not going to rise, it's not going to grow. So this is my starter, my sourdough starter, and I took an egg, teaspoon of vanilla, the baking powder, baking soda, half a teaspoon, and the half cup of butter, 1.5 cups of flour, and then a half a cup of regular sugar, which I keep in that little tin right there. And you mix the dry ingredients first, then you add your egg, your 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then your half cup of the starter, and then you mix them all together until everything is wet. And then I used my big scoop, which I must have put over there, my big scoop from Pampered Chef, to scoop in the dough into the little bread pan, and then I made my topping, strudel topping, put it over the top, and now it's going in the oven at 350 for about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to check it because it's the recipe is for a full-size coffee cake, so we have to shorten that out. And then I'll come back and show you how yummy they are. Okay, I'm back, and here's the platter with the little cinnamon coffee cake, individual coffee cakes. And I had them in this little pan here, and you can see I had to trim around the top a little to get all the topping that had melted onto the sides away so it would pull out clean. And I know a lot of people would probably eat that part because it's very yummy. It's just sugar, brown sugar, and cinnamon and butter, and it kind of creates a little caramel, without the caramel, but just like a little topping. That's, some people might eat that. Now this one is the finished product, and I used my cake checker from Pampered Chef to check and make sure it was all done, and it only took 20 minutes at 350 for these little ones. If you do the full coffee cake, it's 35 minutes. You put it all into one coffee cake. However, you do that in a bundt pan or in a flat pan. And I just think these look so cute, and they're going to be very yummy. So try it if you like to do things with sourdough. This is a great recipe, and I used my discard from my sourdough. So the actual sourdough bread is made with, after you have a discard, you have the actual sourdough starter underneath that. That's what you make your bread with. But it's lots of things you could do with the discard if you like to bake a lot every day, like every day. Because you feed it, you pour out, you discard, and then you feed it again. So you always have lots of it to use, and I wanted to try this recipe. So, Mary from Home Sweet Home Creations, and I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day, night, evening, midday, whenever you watch this. Bye bye.